Babylon, you better run. We in Zion to knock you down, send you underground, no verbal noun. Not a single song coming from your tongue. We collapse your lung with truth, your drum.
Be merciful unto all man, O Jah. Shine your face, shine your light, and shine your grace. As I man introduce the wicked unto their time of derision and to disgrace. Yeah, equity and balance, goodness and mercy. The fruits of renewal and the grapes of wrath, and all these things must come to pass. In the name of His Imperial Majesty, I, Selassie, Jah.
All Bibles are translated out of their original tongues, which was written in the Ethiopian language called Ge'ez. Why? Because Christianity and the Bible originated in Ethiopia around the 4th century Common Era. That's why Ethiopia is the first country mentioned in the Bible. That's why the 4 rivers that compass the Garden of Eden are literally located in Ethiopia. You could ask the Blue Nile, which is the longest river in the world. And we all know that life started on the Nile Valley. Well, guess what? The Nile springs out of Ethiopia, which is also known as Zion. Because if you had 3 Bibles, Psalm 87 would say, of Ethiopia it shall be said that this one and that man was born in her. Another Bible will say, of Cush it shall be said that this one and that man was born in her. Another Bible will say, of Zion it shall be said that this one and that man was born in her. In other words, Ethiopia has at least 4 names: Abyssinia, Ethiopia, Cush, and Zion. Haile Selassie was literally crowned King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, the King of Zion. Holy Mount Zion is literally located in Ethiopia. And more proof that the Bible was written by Ethiopia, the story of Noah literally runs on the Ethiopian calendar. And if you want more proof, let's read Amos 9:6 to Amos 9:8. It is he that buildeth his chambers in the heavens. You see, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, which is basically the ocean and the land. And then when he created the clouds, days later, it became the heavens and the earth. So basically, the heavens is the sky, along with the clouds and the ocean. So let's read it again. It is he that buildeth his chambers in the heavens, and hath founded his vault upon the earth. He that calleth for the waters of the sea, and poureth them out upon the face of the earth. Jehovah is his name. Are ye not as the children of the Ethiopians unto me? O children of Israel, said Jehovah, have not I brought up Israel out of the land of Egypt? Let's read it again. Are ye not as the children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel? In other words, the children of Israel are Ethiopians. And when have you ever heard of the Jewish people being brought out of the land of Israel? For if you don't know, the original tongues was written in the 4th century Common Era. Then 300 years after the original tongues was written, approximately 350 years later, was the first time that Europeans started calling themselves Jewish. And then 1,000 years after the original tongues came the Kibra Nagus, which was propaganda to divert us and to have us to believe that Ethiopia learned Christianity from Judaism or Judaism, whatever you want to call it, even though Haile Selassie literally sat on the thrones of David. And it's called a Solomonic dynasty. In other words, the dynasty will be left to Solomon, who also goes by the name of David. Also by the name of Moses. Because we know that Solomon is with Sheba, and we also know that Moses was with Sheba. So if you read the Kebra Nagaz, they want us to believe that Solomon, Moses, David, and Sheba died 3,000 years ago. And ask yourself, why would God have Exodus done 3,000 years ago when in fact they slaved us 400 years? Ugh.